What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JB Sports back again with another one. Got breaking news from the NFL. The Oakland Raiders are planning to suspend wide receiver Antonio Brown for conduct detrimental to the team. If you've been following this story, Antonio Brown recently posted on his Instagram a fine amount from the Oakland Raiders for him missing practice on the August 18th and August 22nd. Basically put his business in the Oakland Raiders business in the street, aired his dirty laundry, which teams always frown upon. As Mike Maycock, the general manager, and Antonio Brown got into an altercation, with him doing that. They got into a verbal altercation, and it got real heated, and they're going to suspend him. As you know, this has been one big saga with Antonio Brown ever since he's been with the Oakland Raiders. Actually, it took place when he was with the Steelers, but it's continued since he's been with the Oakland Raiders. First, it was the helmet issue. He didn't want to wear the new helmets that they had. He wanted to wear one of his old helmets, and he had problems with the league with that. Took it to a court, and they didn't agree with him. They told him he had to wear the new helmets. And then he tried to appeal that, and then lost the appeal. So it's been one big saga after another as the team is trying to get ready for their first game Monday night against the Denver Broncos. But Antonio Brown is quickly becoming the next Terrell Owens, as he's going to end up wearing out his welcome in the NFL. And actually, teams are more quicker to pull the trigger on players that they feel are going to give them a lot of problems and basically be pain in the asses quicker than they did with Terrell. Back then, with wide receivers, they had a little bit more, to me, a little bit longer tolerance to put up with wide receivers. He'll be quicker out this league, man. I don't think he has enough. If it doesn't work out with the Oakland Raiders, I don't think he plays for another team in the NFL. I think he'll be out the league next year. So he's going to have to get his act together. This thing is about to go from bad to worse, go from a 0 to 100 real quick if he don't get his act together and fall in line and and show teams that he's willing to adhere to their rules and adhere to their structure, team structure. He's gonna have to really do that. If he doesn't do that, then he could be quickly out this league next year. So he's had problems. It started back with the Steelers, actually, as him and Big Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, had their problems as he fell out of favor with the team and being mad about his role on the offense, as Juju Schuster started getting a lot of more passes thrown his way, and that meant a lot of less passes thrown toward Antonio Brown way, and he didn't appreciate that as he bailed out on the team last game of the season last year when they still had playoff hopes on the line. So that was a bad look then, and they quickly got rid of him after that season. And now he's in Oakland, and he seems like he ain't learned from his past mistakes. It looked like he done got more emboldened, when the Oakland Raiders gave him that money. I think it was $31.5 million guaranteed signing bonus, and he got his money, which was always problems in Pittsburgh, as he had negotiation issues getting his money in Pittsburgh. Now he's got his money, and it seems to embolden him in his attitude, and he thinks he can. He's all God and almighty as far as wide receivers and as far as star players in the NFL, and he can pretty much do what he want to do. If you remember when the Steelers beat Kansas City in the playoff game, and they were in the locker room celebrating, and Coach Mike Tomlin was giving his post game talk to the players. Antonio Brown recorded that. Live on the internet. He recorded that. And that was the start of him and his social media being his ally, basically being a Donald Trump of the NFL. Using the social media as an ally to try to expand his brand and basically put others on blast. What he perceives his enemies on blast, kind of like what Donald Trump does. So he's gonna have to, that should have been nipped in the bud in Pittsburgh when he did that. Mike Tomlin it would have been kind of hard to suspend him the next game. The next game was the AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots. It would have been hard to suspend him, but he should have gave him some kind of big fine. I don't know. They probably did fine him. I don't know. I would have suspected they did fine him, but he should have been he should have been suspended a paycheck. He should have lost his paycheck for that playoff game against Kansas City for filming that, putting that on the internet live. live on Instagram. Mike Tomlin addressing his team after a big playoff victory over the Kansas City Chiefs. You don't put that out there in the public to see. That's supposed to be internal for the team and the organization and the coaches. So we'll see what transpires in the coming days. This thing's about to get real ugly, in my opinion. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but this is looking like Terrell Owens 2.0 as far as Antonio Brown's concerned. Again, Antonio Brown has been suspended by the Oakland Raiders. Will be suspended. They playing. It hasn't been official yet, but they plan on suspending him, so he will not be playing against the Denver Broncos this Monday night. It's a shame because Antonio Brown is one of the top receivers in the NFL. He's arguably 1 or 2, depending on who you ask. It's always a debate who's the best receiver. Is it Antonio Brown or is it Julio Jones from Atlanta? It's been that big debate the last 2 or 3 years. So he's one of the top players in the game, one of the best at his position. And it's a shame that he's got the ability to help a team on the field, man. But it's just off the field issues that are cropping up off too often now. And it's hurting him, man, and it's hurting the team. And like I said, he need to get it together. He could be out this league. He will be out this league and won't be on the team next season. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. Holla.